Hey creator, and welcome to another The Mindful Creators Knitting Podcast. This is episode 26 and I have so much news for you. You have no idea. It's been a month since the last podcast. I didn't film earlier because I was very busy with the prep of the new collection. I'm a yarn dyer, if you don't know. Well, I think it's maybe a little obvious in the background and everything. But the new collection, I will be showing you everything today. Everything should already have been revealed. I'm just gonna take my tea bag out. I should already have been revealed over on Instagram, so follow me there if you like to see those behind the scenes and everything, and collections and colors and everything and more. But yeah, I'm gonna show it to you here. I'm also gonna be at the Knit and Not Beurs in Tilburg here in the Netherlands. I am from the Netherlands here. It is next week, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. It's gonna be very fun. I take the whole collection with me, but I've been very busy with the prep for and the collection and the market. And there's also some other news. We got a puppy. I think the last video I even talked about, okay, we still really want to have a puppy. And very unexpectedly it already happened. So I will show her in a little bit. She is very cute but also very naughty, and she likes to bite, and she's finally a little calm. So I'm gonna leave her for now for a little bit, but in the end of the video I will take her, I will pick her up, and then I will show her to you. Yeah, she's really it's been so strange that it happened so quickly. So if you don't know, we were planning on getting a puppy at around the summer. We had a nest or eye on something, and something else came up, and we visited her the next day after we found the post online. We fell in love, and next week she was here, and yeah, it's been crazy. I'm super happy. It's very intense though. I haven't been able to do a lot of work, which is a little hard on me. So yeah, that is definitely a change, let's say it like that, but it's gonna be worth it, I already know. So I will show her in a little bit. Her name is Guusje, by the way, already. She is a mini wire haired dachshund. I will show her later, so please watch till the end of the video. You can always see my timestamps in the video, so you probably see somewhere like, okay, puppy reveal or something. First, and you probably hear her in the background sometimes, so I hope you don't mind. Let's get into some things, some finished objects. The first thing that I finished that I was working on last podcast, that I also said I want to have finished next time, is a pair of socks that I don't have with me anymore because I gifted them to my sister-in-law. That is why I was a little bit like, okay, I need to finish it, but I can't say that's a gift because she doesn't really watch them anymore, but I think, but sometimes she still watches them, the videos here, which I think is really fun because she doesn't knit or crochet and all, but she just likes to view my videos, which I think, love the support, really kind. But yeah, I finished those socks and I will show them here. These are just some vanilla socks with a little bit of an extra stripe in there. No pattern, just simple vanilla sock. I started with 64 stitches, 2x2 ribbing. Then I think, I'm not sure how many rows were in between the stripes. No, I don't really know. Maybe 10? I think 10 something, like 10. 5 rows white, I think, if I remember correctly. 4 rows main color, 5 rows white. Something like that. And I did a, which heel did I do? I think I did a German short row heel. There's another pair of socks that I made that I made her try on a little while ago, and they fit perfectly. So I just copied everything, and it's really fun because I made these in one of my own hand-dyed yarns. This is the color, I don't know if you're still on the screen, but this is the color Theater Kit for my last collection, which is the only yarn in the building collection that was inspired by Only Murders in the Building, the show series and show, I want to say together. And it's really fun. It's such a beautiful color, I think, and it's very much a her color. So I already shared the socks on my stories over on Instagram. And didn't say anything about it, like just knitting them a new pair and just which pair it was and everything. And when I gifted them to her, she was like, yeah, I hope those would be for me. I saw my stories and I was kind of like hoping they would be for me. So I think I know her pretty well. It's definitely a style that she loves, and the color, and she's more like a, I don't know, she's just a boss girl, you know, a boss woman, let me say it like that. And she's not a girly girl. She likes, I don't know how to say it, but she likes that style, and I'm really happy that she loves them, so I'm really happy about that. I knitted them in about 2 weeks, I think, because I had to finish them for her birthday. I don't know if I said it. It was a birthday gift, one of her birthday gifts. So yeah, I'm really happy that she likes them. She's already worn them, she said, and she really likes the feel of them. And I think those are the first pair of socks that I gifted. I think they are. And also first time I gift something in my own handmade yarn. But those skeins were swatch leftovers, and that was perfect. I kept all the variegated ones. I sold the tonals. So that's maybe fun to know. I sometimes do oopsie sales, and in those oopsie sales I also sell maybe one of a kinds or just for full price, because yeah, there's nothing wrong with them, of course. Also, there's nothing wrong with the oopsies, but they just don't die the way I want them to die. And what I also like to sell is my swatch leftovers. So I will show you a little bit what that is. But I kept the variegated ones because I were like, these will be fun for socks. So yeah, that's what I gifted, what I made. I finished those. And I also finished another sock, a singular one, which I will count as a finished object for now, and I will show you in a sec why. Okay, let me show you the other sock. And I just realized I didn't even introduce myself or say welcome or anything like that. So that's a little bit chaotic. This is, by the way, one of her toys that she's playing with. I don't know if you can hear the crisping. First, let me say welcome or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here again. I really appreciate it. We are almost at 4,000 subscribers. Can you imagine? So crazy that so many people of you like to see my videos and enjoy chatting with me, and I really appreciate it. I think it's so much fun. So yeah, thank you for being here. I'm femme, by the way. Oh my god, it's super chaotic. I don't know what's happening. It's probably the puppy. I blame the puppy. I blame Guusje. Okay, let me show you the sock that I finished. This is for now a finished object, probably because I'm going to take it to fairs with me. Mostly the next fair, the Knit & Notbeurs in Tilburg. And this was for a sock set that I just released for Easter. So let me show it to you. Let me just take the ribbing off. This was for my photography, but it's getting loose. So for Easter, I was planning ahead a little while ago, and I was like, oh, it will be cute to do like an Easter sock set. So I created an Easter sock set. The sun is coming out, so there you can see it's blowing out the color a little bit. I created this sock set inspired by Mini X. I'll put a picture up. This is what it is inspired by. And I redid this one twice because the first time it was too light. Is it focusing? I'm not sure. I don't think it is focusing. Now we are focused. So now we're not focused. It wants to focus on my face. That's, by the way, a tip if you film and it doesn't focus on you. Cover your eyes because it wants to focus on your eyes. So here we go. It has really soft pastel pinks, purples, yellows. It's just really cute. And the mini that I added is a really softly speckled, let me show it like this. A really softly speckled mini, just to show the speckles that are normally in, I get distracted by my pup. She sees the sun for the first time, I feel like. By the speckles that are on those little eggs. So let me show you the sock that I made. And this is also going to be a new sock pattern. Soon-ish. I don't know how soon because I'm a little busy right now, but I want to make this in a pattern, and I will show you what it is. So this is what the color looks like in socks. Okay, there we go. And also the new pattern. So here you can see the mini, you can see the very soft speckles in there. It's really subtle, but that's what I wanted it to be. We have a hard time with focusing the camera. There we go. So you can see it here. I created this really fun swirly pattern, and I need your help with naming this because I feel like naming it something like candy cane swirl or something along those lines, because the color itself feels very like, how do you say that? Sugar, oh, what's that called? Candy floss? Yeah. And I don't know, the swirling, I think it's really fun. I especially did this because the color, this one stripes a little bit more. This is on purpose. As you can see here, it is a kind of color that stripes. And the swirls, I think, really help with that too, to show it even better. So this is perfect for those skeins of yarn that pull a little bit on purpose. This one is really on purpose because I'm not the biggest fan of pulling, but I think it's really cute on these socks. And yeah, this is gonna be a pattern. So I'm gonna be writing up, when I make the other sock, I'm gonna be writing it up, and then I'll be putting out a tester call, because this is gonna be a paid pattern. It's gonna be a very affordable pattern. That's what I'm planning on. So I'm gonna do a short tester call. It's mostly that I wanna make sure that in all the sizes this works. And yeah, it has a really fun heel. It is not your standard slip stitch heel. As you can see, it creates this diamond pattern. And it's just a really, really fun one to knit. I really enjoyed knitting it too. Yeah, it's a very fun, repetitive pattern. It's easy to understand, to remember. It's really easy to just, when you're knitting it and you get the hang of it, you will be able to keep on going. So yeah, this was the sock set that I released. There are still sets available. That's the funny thing of having a hand-dyed yarn business. You never know what sells. Sometimes you do a little bit better, but it's sometimes really hard to predict what sells. And I think this is really, really cute. I didn't expect it to sell a lot actually. So I only dyed up with, yeah, a limited quantity. And then I posted it on Instagram and it got like 200 likes, which for my page is quite a lot. And then I posted it and not many people bought it. So that's, you never know what happens, but it's still available. So if you want it, you can still get it. And I also will bring some of these, or mostly everything that I have left, of course, still to the fair with me. So if you like this really soft and beautiful, I will bring it there. You can buy it there too if you want. So that is my second finished object. I think my pup wants to say hi. I think it's already time. Come here. Are you guys ready? Ready for the reveal? Hey! Well, this is Guusje. Hey! Kijk eens hier, schatje. In de camera, hier. Let me see if I can get her to look at you. Guusje is our new puppy. She is, Monday, she is gonna be 11 weeks old. She's gonna get her last shot on Monday. So right now it's peeing and pooping in the house a lot, because we're not allowed to go outside with her yet. But she, yeah, I think I'm really bonding with her this last few days even more. She's definitely a challenge. She really likes to challenge you. But yeah, I'm really happy that we finally have the pup. And if you don't know, I love dogs. I always have. I always wanted a dog. I always had dogs also. I grew up with dogs. I have to watch out that she doesn't bite my earrings. Come here. And yeah, I think I've thought about getting my own dog probably from when I was like 22 something, or 21 maybe even. I'm 26 now, 26 and a half, if that makes any difference. So yeah, and the moment I met my boyfriend like 3.5 years ago almost, or 3 years ago, we were like, okay, I like dogs. Do you like dogs? Yes, I like dogs too. So eventually we would love to get a dog of our own. And I got obsessed with Dachshunds, so sausage dogs. And well, we have our own sausage dog now. So this definitely has, even though this is very unexpected right now, it is a very well thought decision. It's something that we thought about for many years. If you don't know, I had been dog sitting for about a year with all different kinds of dogs. I think I had dogs over almost every week, like generally. So I know what it takes to have a pup, or like a dog in general. But yeah, she's definitely challenging. It's to be expected. They're Dachshunds. They are very, like, their ears are for decorations and not for listening, is what they say, which is kind of true. I feel like I'm not in focus. Am I? I don't have my glasses on. Sorry if I wasn't in focus. But yeah, she is really fun. But if you can see, I'm a little tired. It's definitely challenging. So it's a little double right now. But I know it's gonna be great. I hope she's gonna be here for a long, long time. Yeah, are you yawning? She's a little tired. She's a very sleepy puppy too. But also very playful puppy. And I feel like she wants to bite my earrings, which I have to be a little careful with. But yeah, hey, say hi. Hey. Oh, there we go. She wants to play. So yeah. She's a biter. If you have tips for biting dogs, that's mostly the only thing. She doesn't bark. She doesn't mind sounds. Yesterday I was dyeing yarn in the kitchen. I'm gonna put you down. I was dyeing yarn in the kitchen and she's so unbothered. She doesn't care at all. I was clanking with my pants and everything and doesn't mind anything. She is getting very active right now. I hope I can film this video. But yeah, that's the puppy. That's one of the big news. As I said, I'm gonna be at the Knit and Knot Fair next week Thursday. If you are in the Netherlands and you want to join me there, say hi. I would love to see you there. I have the full new collection with me. So let me show you the new collection before we get into some of my whips. I haven't been knitting a lot, if you can imagine why. Also, just super busy. So yeah, I haven't been knitting a ton, but I have something to show you, so that's gonna be nice. Okay, the new collection is called Dreaming of Spring. I created this collection at late winter, I want to say summer, but late winter, when it was very dark and raining almost every single day, and I just needed some color in my life. So that's why it's still called Dreaming of Spring instead of maybe something like spring, because it is spring already. And right now too, the sun is coming through right now, and it's going to be very hot today. Somehow it's going to be like 25 degrees. I don't know what is happening in Celsius, by the way. So, but it has been raining a lot this week, for example. So it's still dreaming of spring. It's still dreaming of warmer weather. So these colors are mostly inspired by flowers, just things I think about when I think about spring. Guusje is very interested in the sun right now. The sun is in the room. She's like sitting fully in the sun, looking at her ball. She loves her ball, we figured out last weekend. Okay, so let me show you the first color that I show. I'm gonna show them just how I revealed them in my Instagram stories. I will just put them up all together for a second, and I will quickly show them all, and then we get on with the rest of the video. But I think you will like to see these. These are very colorful, very fun, very happy colors. This is the collection. These are all my swatch leftovers, so these are not 100 gram skeins. But yeah, I'm happy the sun is out. It shows it even better. It does blow it out a little bit, but this is the collection. Let me quickly go through them. I also have the swatches here, so I'm going to show them too quickly. The first color that I revealed is called Ranunculus, and I will show it to you here. I will put up the inspiration picture. This one is so beautiful. And again, this is another 100 gram skein, so it might look a little different with how it's twisted, but this one pops. It is really nice. And I will show you here the knitted swatch. You can see it is a variegated, of course, that flows together. It is very randomly dyed up, so it shouldn't really pull, but I always recommend to do some alternating or helical knitting when you're knitting around with this. And this is the crochet swatch, which is really fun too. This is like a solid granny square, I think they called it. Not 100% sure, but I like to do this one because it shows the color a little bit better. Love this one, really beautiful. Really pops, people were loving it too, so I'm really happy about that. Then my next color, I'm just looking them up because my mind is so full, I don't really know what everything is called again. The next color is a popper, like a banger. I love this one. I really thought about making a sample in this one, but I chose another one, which I show in a second. This is Spring Flame. I feel like it looks a little bit more pinkish on camera right now. Might be good already. Not 100% sure how it shows. This one really pops. It is so beautiful. Here are the swatches. This is the knitted swatch. It is a coral color. That's what I would call it. A coral red. I have a hard time pronouncing that. Coral red. I cannot pronounce the R's. And this is the crochet swatch. It really pops. And you really have to look up my... I have a highlight on my Instagram stories with also all the colors and everything. And I show this one in the light because this is really a tonal. There are so many beautiful different colors in here. You really have to see it. It really shows hints of orange. I don't think the camera shows it that well. You can see it maybe a little bit. Hints of orange, pink, red kinda. It's so good. I really love this. I need to make something in this eventually. Also, people have said, okay, they need to make something in the Surrey and mohair. Again, look up the Instagram. Everything is in there. It's really nice to see all the different bases. Then we got this one. This is probably one of my favorite colors I've ever dyed up. This is called Wildflower. And look at it here. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea. That's all okay. But I think this one is so cool. It is fully speckled. It has like, well, probably like, I think I put like 5-6 different colors in there. And this is the knitted swatch. I love the knitted swatch like this. I might even love the crochet swatch even more. it is so beautiful. It really shows purple and orange as the main colors, but I think I love it best as held with my suiting sari. So this is my undyed suiting sari, and I feel like this is really like a Noro kind of vibe, kind of dupe. It would be perfect for like a terrazzo sweater, a petite knit, something like that. I think it is just stunning, and people have been going crazy about it, which makes me very, very happy. Wildflower. Then I'm gonna go through it a little bit quickly because there are 6. So we then have Blossom. This is Blossom, and it is a beautiful soft pink. It's almost like a moody pink, kind of. I really am trying to focus on the yarn and not my face here. I can see it here. This is a tonal, semi-solid / tonal. Really, really love this. It's not for my skin color, as you can see, but I think it's gonna be beautiful on many other people. I'm very pale, by the way, so keep that in mind. Might not look like, well, it looks like it. I'm very pale, so this is not my color. However, I do still love it, and maybe even with like a mohair or sari project, it would be very wearable still. I know, it's really beautiful. This is the pink. It has some slight peachy undertones. I don't really know. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting colorblind because I'm seeing so many colors. So if there are other dyes here, yarn dyes here that are like, yeah, I get this, let me know, because sometimes I feel like, what color is this? I have no idea. And I mostly like undertones and everything. Is it leaning cool? Is it leaning warm? Sometimes I just don't see it anymore. This is the crochet swatch. It is just such a beautiful romantic pink. It's really nice. I think a lot of you would like more neutrals, will love this. And then this color I haven't named yet, so I don't know what this is gonna be called, but this is a really fun one too. This is another variegated, and this just screams spring or summer. I want to say pink. It screams pink too, but I feel like this just screams pink. I say it again. This screams spring and summer. You have to say that a few times. It's hard to say. As you can see here, it is a beautiful mix of pink, but there's also a bit of peach in here. It is just so beautiful. I really love this one. Fun thing, actually, I brought this already to the fair the last time, the Handwerkbeurs, because I just brought this as a single color, but it never went up to the shop because I felt like it was gonna be part of something else. So this is the swatch. Like, isn't this cute? I think this is so cute. So wearable also for the summer because it is variegated, but they're all, they're all different, no, all the same tones. Like, you could call this almost a tonal because same tones, but yeah, there's also some white in there. Really, really cute. And then last but not least, we got Lavender Fields. And you might already can guess what kind of color this is. Oh, this is Lavender Fields. This is a really soft purple lavender lilac color with micro speckles. As you can see here, there are micro speckles in here. They're almost so micro that they are very subtle on the swatch. I will show it in a second, but you will see it definitely in a bigger project. Can we focus, please? There we go. So yeah, this one, oh, really beautiful. I dyed this up like 3 times. At first it was too light. Then the second time I got this and I wasn't sure if I liked it like this. Then Wildflower happened out of this, so you can see sometimes it could go a completely different way, and then I was like, no, I love this, so I'm gonna do this. This is the swatch, and you can see the micro speckles here. It's very subtle, so it is no, it's more like a tonal because they are the same tones, but it does slightly lean variegated because of the speckles, but it's really, really subtle, and I think that is gonna be so wearable and so fun. This is the crochet swatch. I love on camera you see it even better. That's so nice. Yeah, beautiful. I think again, if you love it a little bit more neutral, I have everything, something for mostly everyone in here. Like the pop of color with Spring Flame. Did I say the name even? This is Spring Flame. Pop of color with that. Speckles if you love speckles. Then sort of more like same tone variegated ones. Soft tonals. It's in there and I love it. I think this is my favorite collection yet. It is a small collection. I would have loved to do 1 or 2 colors more, but sometimes when you're creating these collections, they feel like done, like that's just gonna be it. And that was really what I felt with this one, because I don't know if you can see it, but here, for example, oh, something is falling here. I tried to look for a green, and this is what I came up with, and it's really cool, but I just didn't think it fit that well. So I will be bringing this with me to the fair as a one of a kind, and everything that is left over of this color will be going up in the shop. This is like a bright green, and I don't think it shows up that well on camera. It's like a neon yellow green. I feel like it washes it out on camera. It's way brighter even in real life. It's really like a highlighter yellow green, which is really cool, but I wasn't sure if people were gonna like it. It's very specific. So for now I didn't bring it up, but if people are here like, okay, I need this, let me know. I can also put it in the shop, because I think I do have the recipe. Pretty sure I do. I'm gonna try to go through it a little bit quickly. I also don't have a lot of knitting to show because I didn't have a lot of time to knit, but also because my friends are coming in half an hour. So Claudia from Claudia's Knit, she's coming, and Jasmijn, and one of my other friends, is coming. My knitting besties, and just besties in general. So I need to be a little quick. Something else that I worked on a little bit, but also haven't touched in like a week or two for now, but it's been like 4 weeks since the last episode, is my Surpass sweater. If you have been following a little bit, I bought this yarn as like a gift to myself at the last fair that I did. I was like, if the fair goes well enough, I will just treat myself to some yarn. And I was planning on doing Cardiff Cashmere, but I found some other really beautiful yarn that I eventually went for. And this is the yarn, or like the project that I'm making with it. The yarn is called Cheeky Merino something. Oh my god, what is it called again? Cheeky Merino Joy. I'm pretty sure that that's it. It's from Greener Wool. That's a shop where I bought it at. I will put up a picture or something, or the name if I can come up with it. But this is what I'm making it with it. It is the Surpass sweater by Lily Kate Makes. It is a beautiful sweater. It's definitely a spring sweater, which I'm really happy about. It is, well, the yarn I'm using, it is a sport weight. The pattern is for Cardiff Cashmere, which technically is a DK, but I have gauge, so I'm happy with that. So it's gonna be a sport weight sweater for me. It is a pretty vanilla sweater, to say it like that. However, oh, now you can see it a bit better. There are some really cool details on the shoulders, and it has a beautiful sleeve. This sleeve was really fun to make. So I was not at the sleeve last time, so I started the sleeve. This sleeve is a short roll sleeve. It is like, is it satin sleeve? I don't know if that's what you call it. But as you can see here, it flows down really beautifully. And I was able to get to the ribbing. However, I was actually finished. I put it on, it's way too long and it's still gonna block out. So I needed to pattern, because Lily is quite tall and I'm quite tall. I'm not as tall as her, I think. I'm 5'9", so I'm 175 centimeters. It's a little too long for me. So I need to rib back at least the ribbing, and probably until now right here. This is where I was last time, so probably could have started the ribbing already last time. And then rib back, do the ribbing again, and then the body is done. This sleeve does take quite some time. I think it's gonna be quicker from now on. There are not many stitches on there. Fit wise, it's really beautiful. I do think it's a little bit bigger on me than I would have liked. I went for my size that I should have had, which is size 3. And I did that because I thought it was a little bit smaller on gauge. My gauge is almost perfect now. And I don't really normally go for the size that I'm supposed to have. I almost always size 1 down. I like a little bit less positive ease. I think it suits me better, it's more flattering. So it's still really beautiful. But if I would do it again, I would go down to a size 2. I'm pretty sure I have a size 3 right now. But it's really beautiful. The line that you see here, by the way, is from my mid block. I did the mid block with only like the upper body because I needed to be sure that it fitted for under my arms. As you can see here, the armholes are really wide, which I think is supposed to be like that. It's mostly because you make the sleeve like this, so it does feel like it's good. But yeah, it's really beautiful. This yarn is super soft. It's an Eco Merino. I really recommend it. I'm definitely gonna be using this again when, I don't know, because I'm also making samples always with my own yarn. But I don't know about you guys. If there are yarn dyers here watching, I love making things with my own yarn, but there are still so many yarns that I want to try out, and I would love to knit with all the yarns, and so I like to make like a balance right now, because I do need samples, of course. I need to show people what things look like, which I also really like to do, but I feel I love to have just the freedom in my knitting to do what I want to do, like fully myself want to do. So I need to find yeah, a little bit of a balance in there. The other thing that I worked on, is there something in between? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Let me see. Yeah, the Easter sock set, of course. I didn't even say the name of the sock set, I think. It's very chaotic. I'm trying to cramp everything in this little time that I have. Guusje is sleeping, so that's perfect. The sock set, by the way, is called Spring Candy. So I'm gonna be making the other sock somewhat soon. Probably not before the next podcast, because of course I want to write up the pattern, but I have the fair next week and a lot of things going on. But yeah, I'm gonna be making that the other version, of course. As I said, it's called Spring Candy, and the fun thing about this is that this name was come up with, or someone from Instagram came up with this name. So I just had no idea what to call this. I didn't necessarily want to call it Mini Egg or something like that. So I put up a little like question box, like what would you name this? And I got so many fun ideas, like really a lot of fun ideas. There were really good ones in there. So I picked a few and I let everyone vote, and Spring Candy is what came up on top. And I also love that one the most, actually. So I feel like it's really fitting. Spring Candy, it's sweet, it's sugary almost. Spring Candy. Okay, my last whip that I'm gonna be showing you right now, is a Testknit. Can you believe it? If you have been following me for longer, you might know that I have done one Testknit in total at the beginning of my knitting journey. I didn't do a podcast back then, but I have talked about it. I made the, oh, what is it called again? It's from Oops and Loops. It was a tea. I didn't like knitting, how do I say it? I didn't like testing. That's mostly for, I just don't like testing. It's not that the pattern and everything. It wasn't my preferred fit though, but the testing period there was completely fine, of course. However, I don't like knitting on a deadline. I don't like it. As I said, I like my freedom with knitting. I don't want to knit on a deadline in general. However, I wanted to make a sample for this collection. I was like, I need something else, something a little bit more spring summery for the fair mostly. And that was last week when I realized, okay, I want to do this. Can I do it? I'm gonna try it. So I decided to make something like a top. I was thinking about the Tulsa tee. I made 2 of those last year. I don't love the boxy fit. It's not for me. I think it is a really fun pattern. I love the versatility of it. I did do the second version, by the way. It was my fingering weight version. I made it very negative ease, which I do really love, and I've worn it a lot. Still will wear it a lot this year. Ooh. But just a general DK version, I felt a little bit too boxy for me. I was like, not sure if I want to do that. Maybe I will do it. I asked a lot of people I asked everyone in general on Instagram, do you have DK weight summer, spring tops ideas for me with sleeves like a t-shirt? Got so many good recommendations, like again, so many. That was really fun. And one of them was another Lily Kate Makes top. It was actually a test knit I got sent through by Sandrine. I don't know if you're watching. Hi, thank you so much again. And this is what I'm making. So Lily Kate Makes Lily Friends actually put out a tester call for her movement tee. I'll show it here. She made the movement sweater, if that's the correct name, and she's now making the movement tee, and is a DK weight garment. Yeah, it is a DK weight garment. The gauge is pretty good. I think it is 20 by 28 stitches in 10 by 10 centimeters. So I was like, yeah, I think I like to do this. She made it in a week with starting over even. I had 1.5 weeks time since when I started was about a week ago. But yeah, we got a puppy, so I didn't have that much time to knit. But I'm going well. I think I will be able to hopefully finish it. So my fair is at Thursday. I want to block it, so I need to finish it on Tuesday. It's now Saturday. Let me know what you think is gonna happen. But I am making it in Wildflower, and this is the DK weight version. And what you can see in the DK is that it shows a little bit more orange, but But yeah, this is what I'm working on. As you can see here, there's some shadow in the screen, I see. The movement tee has a really fun thick raglan band, and what is really fun here is that it purposefully made the raglan increases very gapey, very open. I like the look of it. It's really fun. It has a is it a double folded? No, yeah, how do you say it? Yeah, it's kind of like a double folded collar, but it's not ribbing. It's just stockinette stitch. And as you can see here, I am about, I think this is about 10 centimeters ish into the body. I need to have 27, so about 17. I think this is a little bit less than 10, I think. But yeah, I need to have about 17 centimeters more than the ribbing. And then the sleeves, this is already like almost the whole sleeve, so I'm only going to have to do this detail for the neckband is also the same on the sleeve, and then the body is just a normal ribbing, I think. I haven't read that far yet. But yeah, this is what I'm working on. I am test knitting, guys. Can you believe it? This test knit is going to be open for like 8 weeks, which is really generous for like this top. Of course, there are people that make all different kinds of sizes, so it's good, I think, that it's a little bit longer than she initially, I think she initially planned on 6 weeks. But yeah, I'm trying to make it in a week and a half, but 8 weeks would be reasonably. I think some people are already almost finished, and we are only like a week in, and they're gonna make multiple versions, so that's really, really fun. I purposefully picked this color. I know it's a really intense color for some people, and that is why I picked it, because I want to show what this can look like in a tee. I think this one looks really fun with like jeans, because I was really doubting, do I want to do Spring Flame or do I want to do Wildflower? And I eventually chose Wildflower because I think it's harder to see what this will look like in a top for a lot of people. So yeah, I'm working on it. This is, by the way, in my bouncy DK base. It's really soft and bouncy and squishy, and it's gonna be really interesting to wear this, because I haven't made anything myself yet in bouncy DK other than like a swatch. So that is also why I wanted to do it in a DK weight, and also because that is quicker. So yeah, what else can I say about it? I think it's the pattern is already pretty well written. It's still in testing phase, of course, but for me, I am making, by the way, a solid version, while the normal version is a striped version. There are some alterations made already there to make it a little bit clearer, but to be honest, I think it's already pretty well done for a testing pattern. So yeah, my gauge is a little bit smaller than it is supposed to be. With blocking, my gauge watch was already better. It might be a little tight on me, but that is my fault. I do feel like the neck is really tight on me. I feel like I knitted this just tighter than I should have. My cable should have been a little bit shorter. I think I had like my shortest like collar cable on there, but I probably should have done like a sleeve cable. So yeah, might even make another one. I'm not 100% sure if I have time for that, but I definitely will finish this one, of course. So yeah, that's a testing thing again. And I am, by the way, doing helical knitting. I will show you the front. This is the front. Am I correct with that? No, this is the back, by the way. No, is this the front? Yeah, this is the front. This is the front. And then this is the back. I feel like the back is a little bit more colorful even. So yeah, it's really, really fun. I think this is gonna be super nice for people that like a little bit of a pop of color, but still, it's still quite neutral. Don't know if this is my color necessarily. Again, since I'm very pale, I think, for example, this would have been a little bit more suiting for me. But that's what I do with samples. It's not necessarily something I'm making for myself. I'm making it for the business side of things. But I still will wear this, absolutely. So yeah, the pattern is gonna come out, I think, in May. Not sure. Probably put it in the screen if I can find it quickly. I think it's gonna be a really fun one, so I would really recommend to keep an eye out on this. I think it's gonna be a really good staple pattern that you can do so many things with different colors and everything. So yeah, keep an eye out on that. Let me see what else I wanted to chat about. I think I'm almost through it already. That's insane. Yeah, I don't have any acquisitions. When I'm that busy, I'm not really busy with buying yarn. Also, I am now doing the Mindful Creators full time. since I graduated, and even though I am full-time, it's definitely, money is still tight, so I can't really go out and buy yarn right now. I do use my own yarn then, so that's a good compromise, you know, because that is, I can just write that off because it is a sample. And yeah, so no yarn, no good acquisitions. I haven't had for like, I think I haven't bought anything like yarn related in like a year. Not a year, since the beginning of this year. I do still have some yarn here. So I have some nice sock yarn, I have a sweater quantity, I have a slip-over quantity. I am still working on a cardigan, well, not actively working on, but also some of my own hand-dyed yarn. These colors, by the way, released, this is Coastal Breeze, and this released 2 weeks ago or something, like in the shop date. Really beautiful color. Feel like it's very underrated. Also, the Surrey is so good of this one. This is just, I need something which is only Surrey in this color. So yeah, that is something else. I also have on the need, like, it's also not that I need new things now. I still have a sweater that is like lingering, my boyfriend's sweater still. There are enough things on my needle. I don't need anything new on it right now, but it was really nice to cast something new on. Okay, I have a puppy coming towards me. Do you want to come say hi, baby? Wil je even knuffelen? Kom maar. I think she wants to have a little cuddle session with mom. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do the rest of the video with like this. She's getting heavier, man, that's going really quick. She's been with us for like a week now and it's going so quickly. Okay, you're comfortable? Not really? She loves to cuddle with me like this. Last things I wanted to talk about is listening, watching, reading, but I don't have a lot to share, but also a lot on one part. Listening, well, I started The Housemaid yesterday, the book, and I don't like it. I DNF'd it after like an hour and a half. I feel like I already read it. I don't know if I already did or like I read something similar. Hey, baby. Hey, little G. Little G is one of her nicknames. So I DNF'd it. I don't like it. I didn't like the characters. I like strong female characters, not female characters that are like, oh, I won't say anything because I'm gonna go on a rant. I'm not gonna do this. I didn't like the book yet. I have looked up the summary because I was curious what's gonna happen. I feel like I literally already read it, but I'm not sure. Then watching, yeah, reading. I haven't been reading, as again, I just haven't had time. I didn't really take time. Maybe I read like a chapter or something. She's licking my neck, by the way. Better than biting. But watching, there are quite some things that I've watched that I really loved and really recommend. So I'm gonna share them with you because if you like my type of shows, you might like this. Hey, ben je een beetje moe, schat? Dat doen we niet. First things that we watched is Silo. We watched it on Apple TV. We had a, what was it, like a trial membership or something. And Silo was so good. It is about a bit dystopian. It is about a community of people that live in a silo because the world, they don't really know what happened. So that's the thing. They live in a silo underground. They can't go out because everyone that goes out, they don't make it. And there are some secrets there because no one knows what happened, why they got into the silo, because there was a rebellion years ago and every proof was trashed, to say it like that. I don't know the word I can't say it. Word right now. I have a hard time pronouncing the R in English. But I really recommend that one. It was so good. It is renewed for a new season and a new season is coming. You go down here, baby. A new season is coming, I think this summer or something. I'm not 100% sure. But I really recommend it. I thought it was very good. It also gets a very high IMDb rating. Then we started watching The Gentleman on Instagram. My head is all over the place. I'm so sorry. I really wanted to film this video, but I have so many things on my mind. The Gentleman, which is a show on Netflix. I don't really like drug shows, but this show is also about, it's about people that live in a mansion. One guy inherits everything from his dad. His brother is very mad about it, but then he realizes there are some other things going on underground by a drug business, to say it like that. This one is nicely done, I think. It's very different. She's trying to bite my buttons. Very different from some other of those types of shows. I think they're sometimes too real, too rough. I don't really like that, but this one is different. It is definitely, there are some intense moments, but I do recommend it, but we haven't finished it yet. Then there are so many that we have watched. Three Body Problem. You probably have seen it somewhere. Netflix did some major marketing on that one. It was pretty good. Didn't like the cliffhanger at the end, or there wasn't really a cliffhanger at the end, I feel like. So for example, Silo, that show was, you just needed to know what's going to happen, and the cliffhanger was so insane, but good. I was like, okay, I can live with this. I can wait for this. You know, sometimes cliffhangers are like, oh my god, I need to see it now. Like, why don't you tell me more? And this one was in a way that was interesting, but I was like, okay, I can live with this. I can wait for this. I'm excited now. Three Body Problem, the cliffhanger, I felt like it wasn't really a cliffhanger. It was a fun show. I don't even know how to explain it to you, what the show is about. Look it up. It's dystopian, kind of. A bit sci-fi. I thought it was really fun. Then last but not least, we are now watching Tales from the Loop. Again, it's very, we have been watching a lot of those same genre, like a little bit, this one is definitely dystopian a little bit. Just a little bit, and a little bit sci-fi, but just a little bit. There is a city, there is, yeah, I don't even know if they call it the Loop. I think they call it the Loop. That is a place where people can work. It's underground, and they are doing things to make the unimaginable imaginable, something like that. Stop it. She's biting my hand. But no one really knows what's going on right now. Right there, we still don't know. We're halfway through the season, and that is the thing with this show. You have no, I feel like I'm very low here. You have no idea what's going on. It's still very vague, but it's also keeping us interesting. So I can't really say what it's about because we don't really know. But it is a show where they follow a different character from that little town where everything happens every single time. And yeah, I'm still waiting for what's gonna be happening. We have no idea. But the first episode was already like, oh, okay, what is going on here? It's a little bit sci-fi, kinda, but not really. So yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen there. And those were the shows that we are watching or have watched that I really recommend. I thought almost all of them were like super good. So yeah, I wanted to share them with you. We have also seen a movie. What movie did we go to? I think we went to the movies. Oh, Dune 2, but I think I already shared that last time. Dune 2 was really good too, if you like those kinds of films, shows and everything. My biter, she's getting awake, but she's very sleepy. She's like, I need to sleep, but I also don't want to sleep. That's where she's sitting right now. It's gonna be a shame because I have to stand up and like a little bit to clean up a little bit here because it's a mess in the house right now, and the girls are coming here in 12 minutes right now. So I'm gonna close this one off. I hope you like this chaotic chatty episode. Again, I just really wanted to film. I felt like it was too long already that I've talked with you all, and even though I didn't have a ton of knitting to show, I really wanted to show what I was working on and also just a collection. And I feel like this podcast, I almost only knit. However, I do have a crochet project back there, a blanket. But this podcast, I just like to chat with you about the mindful creators and what is going on with that and with me, and just yarn. I just eat, breathe, live. I don't eat yarn. Live yarn, breathe and live yarn, probably. As you can see here, it's very colorful. It's very happy yarn. So yeah, just needed to share that with you. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know what you're working on. Tell me in the comments. We can chat about it. If you have anything else, let me know what you think about Guusje. She's so cute, huh? She's very, very annoying sometimes, but she can be very, very cute. Yeah, I'm talking about you, girl. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna close it off. I'm gonna get ready here and hopefully see you in 2 weeks again. Maybe a little week later. We'll see how it goes. Maybe, or as in that's the podcast. Maybe next week I will try to film, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm going to set up the market on Wednesday. I have some other work to do still before that. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday market. Don't count on a video of me next week, okay? Probably not going to happen. If I can, I will. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to get ready here. And I'll see you in the next one. Let me just say bye with the two of us. Say bye, creator. See you next time. Bye. Here, look here. Hey. Say bye. Bye.